And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Goff. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. Down right around the 25. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Steps away to his left. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Raider D, they get the football back. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Adams, the man in motion left. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Raiders at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll make it 3rd down.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
A very early momentum changer there. actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. Touchdown Raiders! Davante Adams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play and the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Goff now to throw. And the Raiders have got it. Barone Nichols in there to take him down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the Lions' 47-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Throw left side, complete. That's Jacobs. The solid stiff arm. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and inches. The 15-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Brady now to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
The score, Raiders 7, Lions nothing.
Back at the 16 now after the sack. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on. Nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
Goff now looking to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
3rd and 2. Goff. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
McKenzie now to return it. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now on 2nd and 13. Brady being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for Las Vegas. First down.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, go 66.
On play action, it's Brady. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. So his first sack of the game, but CD, not his first of the season. He has shown an ability to get after the quarterback here early in his rookie year.
Yeah, and that just goes along with everything else we already knew about him. We knew his ability to tackle and to make plays behind the line of scrimmage. But any kind of pass rush you get almost seems like a bonus. I think they'll use him that way a lot more moving forward.
Dancing to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, we talk a lot about referees trying to protect quarterbacks, and no question they're going to protect number 12.
And really, truly, around the league, the intent is to protect all quarterbacks. It's just common sense. Those are the guys everyone comes to see play each and every week. And that call was pretty easy.
He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
And that's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
A 39-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, "I'll take him, I'll fix him." The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, "He's yours from now on." Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
He hits Adams, complete.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Davante Adams with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On play action, now Brady. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On third and long, it's Brady. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Brady. Touchdown! Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Raiders 27, Lions nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. A play fake for Swift, now Goff.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Goff.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing again is Goff. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score, Raiders 34, Lions nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively, that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? I can guarantee he's been selling this one.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Raiders extend their lead yet again. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
He's got a man, complete. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Goff rolling to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. A gain there of 21 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. And my goodness, another interception. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also You might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Hey, 66. 72.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And they're going to get to him. That is going to be a safety. Tom Brady taken down to the end zone.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
67 yards.
And the Lions are able to claw one back.
Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there was no chance that he could actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Partner still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Brady will try again on 2nd down. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
72.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady. And the Raiders have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Detroit.
Goff on first down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Jameson Williams, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to at least get one score back. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown Raiders. Devontae Adams, 85 yards. And the Raiders get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Lions, 16.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff, and he'll find Hall. And some room to roam now. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
First down, Lions.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
That touchdown was for all the fantasy people out there. May not change the final outcome, but some points were scored, and maybe some of the people at home are really excited to get those.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Phillips. He's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Brady on third down.
Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, both 66. Alert. Pack it. Sugar.
Brady now on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Hey, Alabama.
Shotgun now for Brady. The open man here, Renfro. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Now Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Play action. It's gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
50 yards.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he returns this to the 22. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
First and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working and keep it going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, and it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of the first as he's tackled at the 47.
A pickup of 10, but it brings up 4th down.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminded me of the time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receiver...
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is taken in at the 5. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, 57 yards. And the Lions get a bit closer. Patterson now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Makes the score Raiders 58, Lions 37. Jack Fox.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Brady. It's caught here by Adams. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Hey, 66.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first down, Brady. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. That throw by Brady incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
First throw now for the backup Wentz. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check it, reload. Shadow. All right, here we go.
Brady going to throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams from 10 yards out. And the Raiders look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A play fake for Swift, now Goff.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Goff. And, oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Hey, 72.
Brady going to look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game, he's got him in, complete. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On 3rd and long, it's Brady.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
The 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the offense is going to get this ball back. So no turnover at the final gun, and this game is over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Las Vegas, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the early struggles continue as they'll sink